Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 4 of the Minecraft Forever World. Today we are going to be filling in some empty space in our little starter area. I put up this temporary enchanting table setup the other day, I believe on a live stream. I wanted a proper enchanting setup, a building for it. So that's what we're going to be making today. And I think that this area right here could do with something a little taller, just to make the skyline look a little bit cooler. So we're going to be making a tower. Now, I made this tower originally in creative mode, so we're going to have to try and recreate it here. I don't want to use Lightmatica because I'm horrible at it, and I think it would just overcomplicate things for me. So we're going to tear this down, and we'll put all the bookshelves back up eventually. But we're going to tear this down. Now, it is getting dark, but I need to go ahead and just outline this with these. Like I said, I'm going to be going off of screenshots, so building this is going to take probably a lot of cutting back and forth between me actually doing stuff and me being AFK. Now, I do have a few materials I need to gather, so I'm going to go ahead and cut to me gathering those, but then after that little compilation is done, we will begin building. Okay, so I have a lot of the materials here. I'm going to end up needing to get more than this, but for now, we can just make a few of these. I'm going to start with some slabs here. And how I'm going to do this is I'm basically just going to go layer by layer, because this is a pretty intricate build. So I'm going to have to, like I said, go back and forth between the screenshots. Don't know exactly how many of these I'm going to need, but we're going to do this. And I am going to try out a different color palette today. It's going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. And yeah, it's good to be back. Sorry for being gone, guys. I had a lot of life stuff happening. I was out of town on a trip, and okay, I need more than that. Just need 3. And I also got hit with a little bit of a life challenge. I randomly got hit with a $2,200 car expense, like literally out of nowhere. So that has been fun. Yeah, that's where I've been. So I haven't really had time for any videos or anything, but we're back now. And yeah, we're going to be using bamboo in this build, as y'all saw by the resource gathering montage. And another thing we're going to be using are these decorated pots, because I like how whenever you make like a pillar, they look like they're a little bit more indented than a normal block, as you can see right there. So, oh, I forgot that those break every time you break them with your pickaxe. But yeah, I think they look pretty cool, and the color scheme is going to be pretty nice with the browns and the yellows, and I guess this kind of painted red sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just going to put these down, and like I said, this design is pretty intricate, but do that. There we go. Yeah, so as far as originally making this design, it took me like 3 or 4 hours in a creative world to design what you're going to see at the end of this. There's a lot of trial and error, especially because of the way that I build. it takes a lot of experimentation, and I like basically mapped out this 7x7 area that I have to make sure that I had room for this. And yeah, I might modify it a little. I'm trying to stick to the original as much as I can, but who knows? And I believe the next thing is to add these stairs like this. Yeah, I really gotta take the time to just learn Litematica at some point. It's not that I need it because this is a super, like, large scale build. It's just, the way I build is I start out with a very basic shape, and then I just add things on. So it's hard to remember the exact process that I did, especially when it gets to be as intricate as y'all will see eventually here. Alright, I've made more decorated pots, but I'm gonna need more than that. The reason I'm using all these is I just wanted more pops of color in the builds. They're pretty bland right now. I mean, they look good, but, you know, need something to stand out. I also have more clay cooking down here, so let me grab that. Oh yeah, off camera I added a little bit more detailing. I crafted some paintings and added them right there. I had some lanterns here, and then I just added this little thing around the doorway because I feel like this wall was a little bit blank, but there was nothing I could really put here, so I just kind of framed it. It does make it a little more inconvenient to get around to the ladder, but it's not that inconvenient where it'll... Oh, hello. Where it'll matter too much. Alright, 20 should cover it. I don't think I ended up actually using many more than these, but we're going to put this right here. Like so, and then I need to start making some walls. Put these in here like so. And the thing with this is right here on the final product is going to be a water elevator. So I can't put this block right there, but we can do that. And it's going to end up looking a little funky. You're going to be able to like see inside of here, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. And I will add these inverted stairs here. Okay, and I wanted to add some overhangs here, so let me get a few slabs like so, and some trapdoors. I need 2, 4, 6, 8, I believe. And that should cover it. So I'll just add these, not right there. I will add this, and then a slab right there. If y'all can't tell, I like using this this overhang design. I have it right there too. It's very simple, but it gets the job done. It's pretty cheap for resources too. And I'm not the best builder in the world, so I think something simple like this will suffice. Still makes it look really good. Now that I think about it, I am actually going to need 8 more of these trapdoors here. And we're going to, I believe, border this part. And by the way, guys, in case you're wondering about my original build process, I essentially just started with... So I mapped out a 7x7 area that I had to work with. And then I just went from there. So, like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I just made a square like that. And then I used this little foundation, 5x5, inside of there. And I made a very basic shape. So originally the walls were just like it was like where this is, but just going up to here. And then I replaced the blocks and made it something a little more interesting. So if you're struggling with knowing where to start, I would say just start with a basic shape, and I add detail as I go up. Either as I go up if I'm building a more vertical building, or as I go across if it's a little bit of a shorter building. And before we continue, I'm going to end up needing more spruce, so let's go over here and do that. By the way, guys, if y'all haven't already, please do consider joining the Discord. We talk in there all the time. You can ask me questions, interact with the community, all that good stuff. And if you do want to see more of the channel and be more involved, consider joining the membership. It's pretty cheap, and you will get your name on a sign over there on the Forever World member wall, so you will be immortalized in the Forever World forever. And yeah, to my point of why I want to make this here, it's kind of glaringly obvious, like, that there is a blank spot right here. Like, to me, this looks pretty empty. And our tower, you'll see, fans out a lot more at the top. So it'll kind of cover some of this empty space when you're coming back from over here. Matter of fact, I know I'm getting a little sidetracked, but I wanted to run over here and just kind of show y'all what it looks like from far away. So yeah, as you can see right here, once we add this tower right here, it's going to end probably right around the same height as the house, maybe a little bit taller with the extra pointy thing I'm going to add on top. But I think it'll just add a lot to the skyline when you're coming over from this direction. Now I'm going to have these on the end here. Just got to make sure that I'm able to hang a lantern from those. You know what, I'll come back and fix this in a minute. And then I'm going to have a deep slate on the corners just to add a little bit of a variety. You don't want to get too repetitive is what I've found. You want to change up the colors where you can, even if they're neutral colors. I think it helps a lot. Add some of those. Man, I love these shaders, the way it hits the builds whenever the sun is setting. These are makeup ultra fast shaders. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're basically just a performance version of complementary, and I think they do the job really well. I just realized I'm basically going to need to make these blocks anyway, because they're going to extend out like so. Now I need to utilize all of these planks that I got and make a bunch of trapdoors. Way more than that. And I will add these around outskirts here. There we go. Now we have a platform to build everything else on. Although I need that to go back there. Now we have a platform to build everything else on. So what I'm going to need next is, I wanted to try and use a different type of deep slate block in here. So I'm going to use these kind of for the railing. You'll see what I mean when we get going here. It's going to look a little chunky at first, but I think I have a way to balance it out. And guys, any feedback on my building would be appreciated. I think this is going to end up being probably my best build in terms of detailing. I don't think I'm the greatest builder ever, but I am pretty proud of this one. Y'all will see eventually. You can actually probably already see the vision if we go down here. Yeah, you can kind of see how it's coming together a little bit. I'm still going to need to add lanterns and stuff to bring this together. Like, there's going to be lanterns right here and lanterns hanging and stuff, but you can kind of see the vision a little bit, I think. Okay, now I will add these things. And some slabs on top. And I'm going to have hanging signs right here for the railings eventually, but we'll take care of that in a little bit. I just left to go to the bathroom for a second, and I looked in the mirror and I realized that my shirt was on backwards the entire time. So, yep. Oops. But it's okay. That's just a testament to how tired I am. Where I was out of town, I got really bad altitude sickness at a time. Well, not really bad, but it was bad enough. And, you know, time zone change and stuff. all that, I've just been exhausted since I got back. Like, no matter how much sleep I get. But that's okay, it was a really fun trip. I love, like, hiking and stuff. If any of y'all like hiking, let me know in the comments. But, yeah, if I'm a little tired in this video, that is why. Just been busy and in the mountains and stuff, which is great. I love being in the mountains, but it does get a little bit tiring sometimes. Okay, yeah, and so this little platform is where the enchanting setup is going to be. And have the bookshelves going right here, and right here. And then the table will go right there. And I have a pretty unique design coming up for how I'm going to make the bookshelves look decent. I don't like the way the colors pop too much with the bookshelves, and you'll see what I mean. So I found a pretty, in my opinion, a pretty cool way of hiding them, considering the resources I have. And I can go ahead and start actually utilizing some of these iron bars that I have, because they're going to go on top of these posts. I will say, after being a creative player, like I main creative mode for so long, I am now understanding why all the Minecraft YouTubers say it takes forever to gather resources, because I'm making like pretty small scale builds right now, and it still takes me a little while, sometimes off camera, sometimes on camera, to gather all the things I need for this. Like, I need so many different blocks here, but I guess that's part of enjoying the process. But yeah, this will be a cool view up here eventually. Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to end up being a little taller than, hopefully a little taller than the chimney. I don't want it to be the exact same height. I might have to modify it slightly if it is, but we'll see what happens. Alright, after I add these hanging signs, I will grab the bookshelves, because I think it's about time, before we get to the next point of design, which will be the roof, I think it's time to add the bookshelves in here and actually make this an enchanting setup. Alright, time to recraft. There we go. All 12 bookshelves have been crafted. And if y'all missed it, by the way, on the live stream, we did get enchanted diamond everything. This is just my spare pickaxe, but we did get enchanted diamond everything. And on I believe the most recent stream, we ended up getting mending on a villager, which I guess I'll take y'all to. But I had an efficiency 5 enchanted book, and I also wanted to get mending, so this is my OP pickaxe for whenever I need it. But the villager is right down there in that little box. We have 2 of them. We have a farming villager with a good trade that gets us a lot of emeralds, and then we have a mending villager. But yeah, let's put this up here, and then I will explain my thought process for the actual design here. I feel like that's a lot less bookshelves than I had. Okay, never mind. I just realized it's because when I designed this in my creative world, I designed it like as if I already have all of the bookshelves available. So like as if they stack up all the way to here. So we're gonna still make the design that I was going for, but it's not gonna hit the same. So we're just gonna imagine that these go all the way up. Alright, 6 bookshelves. That should allow us to stack up a little bit higher. I think I wanna, should I put 3 here? I guess I'll just order this like that. And if we want to, we can get probably enough for 9 bookshelves. But yeah, I think this will do for now. I actually have a lot of them right here. I'll see if this covers it. So I thought that a cool way to cover this up, because I feel like this is too much color and doesn't match the color scheme, would be add some of these. So imagine the bookshelves go up all the way. But we are going to do this. And it kind of covers it. And then I think a pop of color with the bamboo would be good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So just do that all the way around. I'm not going to have enough resources right away, but you will get more in a minute. So if y'all ever have any questions for me, there is a Ask Me Anything section in my Discord, which will be linked in the description. And I'm kind of feeling like doing a Q&A type video sometime, where I just take all of those questions, and even if I've already answered them, maybe answer them again or elaborate on my answer in a video while doing some mundane task. So if y'all are interested in a Q&A type video, go check out the Ask Me Anything channel in the Discord. So the issue is we don't yet have the rest of the bookshelves, so I'm going to need to do this, but this little design here is going to make more sense when we have the rest of the bookshelves. Hold on, let me go sleep real quick. Because for now, these stairs, after I remove the block that I placed them on top of, are just going to be floating, but it'll be fine. I don't know if I'm probably going to do that in this episode, but I do have limited time, and oh, oops, I accidentally just put that in there. But for this side, since it's a little bit of a different layout, I'm going to do this right here. Okay, yeah, the issue here is I want this to be slightly taller than the house. So we're going to have to do a few modifications here. Okay, see, this is how you adapt. I'm going to do this, make this just a little bit wider. This is the thing about detailing that's so interesting to me, is you can add so much depth with just the tiniest blocks. Boom, like that. And just like that, we are taller than the house over there. Is looking pretty good, and while I'm here, I'll just add these iron bars back onto here. I like how this is turning out. I do need to get more bookshelves, but for now it's looking pretty good in my opinion. And the cool thing about this is you can like climb up because of all the different varying heights of everything. Oh, I forgot, I need more of these blocks. Yeah, I just need 2 more tough walls. See how this is looking so far. Nice, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, and for the last few touches on the exterior, I'm going to need to get some of my bamboo and just make some buttons. And this is going to be a very small detail on the very top here, but I want to keep adding pops of color. Actually, that's in the wrong spot. I believe it goes up here. Honestly, we can add them. You know what? I'll add some down there in a second too. Why not? There we go. Looks pretty good to me. Nice, I like it a lot. Okay, now, couple orders of business. I need to make a few more of these. But for this, we're gonna do some trapdoors like so. Actually, they might go on the outside here. Yeah, I don't do all of this with the plan, guys. I did plan out this build this time, but I kind of go on a whim sometimes. This is where the door will be. Okay, yeah. Besides lanterns, it's pretty much done for the exterior. But yeah, let me go put a bunch of this stuff up and grab some iron. And then we will make the lanterns and finish this off. Alright, it is a beautiful new morning. Let me go ahead and add these lanterns here. You know we have to light the structure up, of course. Do that, and then I had some, I believe, hanging right there. There we go. And then 4 more up top. The reason I don't add lanterns on top of these pillars is because I feel like it looks awkward with the pillar being, like, getting so skinny towards the top and then the lantern being wider than the pillar. So that's why I like to do it on things like walls where, if you notice, the lantern is smaller than the wall. I don't know, it's just more pleasing to the eye that way, in my opinion. Alright, and with that, I believe the exterior is pretty much done. Let's take a look at it. Oh yeah. That looks good. That looks good. Let's go over here and take a look from afar. Oh yeah, beautiful. Ooh, the issue though... Okay, you have to be kind of close. It looks a little wonky because I think... Let me know in the comments what setting it is that'll fix... Is it render distance? Or not render distance, simulation distance that'll fix the pot disappearing. Because if I go back here, the other pots do that as well. So it kind of looks like it's floating, but it's fine. I still think it does the job. But yeah, let me get one more look. Okay, this is as far back as I can go. Yeah, I like that a lot. It's basically just a bigger version of that thing, I guess. Yeah, that looks very good. Nice, okay. Now we have to just finish the little water elevator, and we should be good to go. So the water is gonna go right here, so we can just add these signs in. And while I'm here, I think I'm just gonna do this, do that, and boom. I know it's not like an actual water elevator, but it does the job. Actually, I just realized I don't even have to do that. I can just do a ladder. I just realized that. In my original design, it didn't really work having a ladder, but I think the way I did this, I can actually do that. Makes it much more efficient. Here we go. And boom. Oh, I forgot. I do need a couple more lanterns in here. Alright, and as for like a placeholder, I'm just going to put these oak planks down. And eventually we will replace them with the bookshelves, but let me just hang these right here. And get some stairs. Alright, and with that, the enchanting setup build is complete. I might add some carpets right here just to make this look a little better, but for now, I am pretty happy with it. I know the interior is kind of lackluster, but that's not really the point. But, yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm pretty proud of it. We're gonna have to decorate around here eventually, but yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'll put all this stuff in here. and take care of it eventually. And one thing that I almost forgot to do was we have to add the lore aspect of this onto here. So we are going to call this Vision Spire, and the lore behind this is, hold on, let me get my notes, I wrote it down. It's a place of isolation and escape where one can go to gain knowledge. The scholars of Varelian often went here to ponder their ideas and brainstorm new ways to better the civilization, and it also just serves as a good viewpoint for the fields below down there, which eventually will house a bunch of buildings and the rest of the kingdom slash civilization, so that also ties into the vision aspect. I think I'm going to put the sign right here, so it's a little bit easier to see, and I've also been putting signs on the outside of the builds most of the time. But yeah, this is Vision Spire. Alright, yeah, and I'm honestly pretty content with the build as it is. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I did modify it a little bit from how I made it in the creative world, but I think it looks even better now, to be honest. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more videos like this, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.